Okay, welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Mr. Dan. Today we're going to have a quick recipe. Well, it's not that quick, but it's quick. We're going to be making some lentil tortillas for any of you guys that want to have a healthy wrap. You know, wrap it in tacos, chicken, whatever you want to wrap. They taste good, and all we got to do is a couple simple steps, and we're off to the races. So without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, what we have here is some chicken broth. I have chicken broth, okay? You can use water, whatever you like. I'm using chicken broth, a little more flavor. 1 cup of the red lentils, and it needs to be the red lentils because they've already got the skin off. I had a thought about this recipe, and I was going to mix it with egg and blah, blah, blah. Going to try it like that, but then so I decided to look up and see if anybody ever done something like that, and sure as, you know, stuff, they did. So this is the recipe. I'm glad I looked it up, okay? And then this is the bowl that we're going to use to soak the red lentils.
Go.
Okay, so I almost forgot I wanted to rinse off my lentils, and you need to do that because it's got a powdery stuff like starchy material. So anyway, dump that in the bowl. Get all them little nutritious, delicious lentils. And then we're just going to pour this liquid in here. Remember, that's 2 cups of liquid. I put in chicken broth, but you guys can do whatever you like. And then we're going to sit and we're going to soak this in the refrigerator. You can go from 2 hours on. I'm going to probably soak it till tomorrow. So until tomorrow, we'll see you then. And this is Mr. Dan. We'll be back. Okay, welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Mr. Dan. This is a continuation of the one I did yesterday, or started yesterday. We're going to be making lentil tortillas, and like I said, it's very simple. And what I did yesterday, if you guys watched the video, I set my lentils in a pot with some liquid. I used chicken broth, and I set it in the refrigerator for like overnight. You don't have to soak them that long, but I like it. It gives you good results. So without further ado, let's get to this simple recipe made specifically for you. Okay, here we have my griddle, plug-in electric type. I have my food processor. Got some salt and pepper there, some cumin there, some bacon seasoning there, some onion seasoning, and some Mount Olive diced topolinos, my favorite. And here is the star of the show, the lentils. I just want to show you this. If you remember how much liquid I put in there, look, it's soaked up. These have gotten so much thicker. Now for the fun part. All right, let's get to it. Okay, so what the object here is going to be, we're going to grind all those up, and we're going to make them into a nice little creamy consistency. Now, I've just turned I'm going to turn it on now. I didn't turn it on yet. Turn on my skillet to 350, 325, somewhere in there. Hard to see. We've had that one for so long. And then we're going to move this over here. I'm going to load said lentils in the pot. Now don't drain no liquid off, okay? These things have been soaking, and the reason it works with these lentils and it doesn't really work so well with the other lentils is because the other lentils have a skin on them. These have the skin's been taken off, okay? If you take a lentil and cut it in half, you'll see basically the same color as these here. Now remember, this is just 1 cup of lentils, and you see it's almost doubled in size, maybe almost tripled. I should say almost tripled. All these little things are pretty hefty looking. Little lentil seeds or beads, whatever you call them. Legumes, huh? How about that? Okay, so then what we're going to do Let me just level this out a little bit. We're going to add us a pinch or two of salt and pepper. Now, normally I'd say don't add no salt, but we're not cooking these. Well, we're going to cook them, but and we're going to add a teaspoon of some cumin. The reason I'm putting the cumin in because Penny likes cumin in almost everything she eats lately. She's going to turn into a cumin, although it does smell pretty nice. Then we're going to try some of this here bacon seasoning. I got that the other day. I ordered a bunch of different kinds, all bacon, but they everything I read about, everybody raved about how the flavoring was like real, tasted like bacon. We tried it, Penny liked it, so I'm thinking, what the heck, we'll throw that in there. You can season this whatever you like. I'm going to put some onion powder in there. And then I got a surprise ingredient that you might like. Okay, this is 1 teaspoon of that. And then we're going to throw in my favorite and yours. If it ain't, it ought to be. There was another YouTube guy. He died shotgun red. He had a cooking channel. That's what he used to say at the end. If it ain't, it ought to be. I liked him so much. I bought one of his shotgun red dolls or whatever. He played music and did like a ventriloquist thing. I don't know. But anyway, I liked watching him cook on his show. This here, we got a teaspoon plus, yeah. Not going crazy. Okay, now for my surprise ingredient. Yeah, I didn't tell you about this one, but I used to use this all the time, and I still have some today. I diced up some sun-dried tomatoes. I'm going to pour a little bit of the juice from the jar in there because I like the flavor. That'll give us some nice little flavor. I'm just going to give it a little drizzle because this stuff is kind of potent. That's it. That's all I'm putting in there. Probably about 1/8 of a teaspoon, maybe. Huh? Okay. So now that I made a mess of the counter, I'm going to turn this on real quick. And then I'm going to put you guys on pause because this will drive you crazy because I got to spin it for a bit. What I'm going to do is pulse it. And then I'm going to let it run. So you guys hold on. We'll be right back. Okay, so I buzzed that around. We got a nice consistency going here. So what I'm going to do now is take out my blade. I'm going to pour this into the bowl. And you'd be surprised when this comes out. It's just like a tortilla. It's pretty cool. But you want to try to get as smooth of a consistency as possible. See, like it's a little gritty, but it'll be just where you want it. Let me rinse off my hand real quick now that I made a mess of that. And then we'll be ready to cook them up. Let me move this out of the way because we won't be needing this no more today. Now you guys can mix anything you want in with these lentils for flavor-wise, spices and all, but see, you got a nice little consistency going here. Let me give you an overhead shot here. See, nice. And like I said, this is just from one cup. But see, it's turned out pretty good. I pulsed it for probably a couple minutes all total. All right. Okay, my skillet is definitely hot by now. Now what we're going to do is put us a little spray on here. Probably don't have to. This is supposed to be a non-stick skillet, but we've used it, as you can tell, over the years. It's beat up pretty good. Okay. Now I have a little scooper like that. You can use a spoon. You can use a 1/4 cup measuring container. This works out pretty good. It makes decent size. This is from my Chinese cooking stuff. See, I try to make a circle, but what I do is I just take the bottom of it, very gently, just tap, 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 till it all spreads out. Trying to get between 6 and 8 inches. Okay, that's enough of the jokes. Okay, see? And the reason I'm tapping it is because it happens to spread easier. I tried doing it like a pizza swirl, you know, with putting the sauce on, but it made more of a hole than it did anything else. So you just put one on like this, and it takes a little bit of time, but it's fun. And it'll give you another option of something to eat, huh? Besides that, it's a lentil. Lentils are nutritious. And a 1/4 cup. They got like 10 or 15% protein. So you make this with a chicken sandwich, you got a lot of protein, huh? But yeah, me and Penny, I made these the other day for her, and she really enjoyed them. I made an egg sandwich out of it. She made a roll up. I just folded it in half like a taco. See, like I'm showing you, just tap it. If you tap it, you get good results. If you try to use that swirly method, it kind of makes a hole in it, you know. Now we're going to let these cook for as long as it takes. Basically, I would say 4 to 5 minutes on one side, depending how wet it is. And then you need something to flip it with. So we'll be back in a couple minutes. Okay, as you can see, I flipped the middle one here already. There's the other one, and then this one. They're a little thicker than your standard tortilla, but they are very, very delicious. This is just another thing how versatile lentils are. Now, if it breaks, you know, you can still eat it. As you can see, this piece over here, when I went to check it and it came off, I checked it too soon. It's got to be, you got to cook it between 5 and 6 minutes. If you don't do that long, it's not going to be done right as soon as you go to move it. And I did that right about 5 minutes. So, we'll be back. Okay, these are about done, so slide this off. I got a cooling rack over here I'm putting them on. And there you have it, see? And then the same process, we'll put a little bit of oil on here. Little spray. Same process again. One little ladle full. Like I said, you can use a measuring cup of a 1/4 cup. You don't want to get these too big unless you got something big to flip them with. And the bigger they are, the harder they're going to be able to flip. So, there you have it. And like I said, you got to let them cook at least 5 to 6 minutes. Unless you want to turn the heat up a little bit. See, I'm pushing too hard now. I'll be careful with that. I think you get between 8, depending how big you make them, you can get 8 to 10 of these puppies, I believe. So, that being said, I'm going to continue making the rest of these and we'll be back when they're done. Okay, my friends, there you see I got 9 of them, 8 of them were total same size, but that last one was a little small. So, but anyway, like I said, you get between 8 and 10 out of each batch. All right, we'll meet you at the taste test table. Okay, so there you see it. It's done. I got a piece of turkey over here with some barbecue sauce on it. Gonna eat that for the taste test. Okay, guys, I hope you can see me. This camera girl is still working. So, anyway, as you can see, they turned out pretty good. I'm getting ready to fold this one over. She rolled hers. I don't know how she rolled them so good. But see, it holds together nice, huh? If you ask me, I can taste the spices I put in there, but what I'm getting at is the consistency of it is like a corn flour tortilla, corn tortilla, whatever. But it tastes good. Best of all, for those of you guys that's following Weight Watchers thing, WW, that's a 0 point. You can see it hold up good. I'll give you an alternative if you're on Weight Watchers or something else instead of the bread with the points and this and that. Right there is 0 points. Tastes delicious. You can season it however you want. Just remember the key thing when you're cooking these, they're not like regular pancakes. They're not going to bubble up, bubbles through them. Just wait about 5 to 6 minutes on the first side and probably just 5 on the second side, and it's easy to flip, doesn't stick, doesn't break. And they are very good. So without further ado, when you're out and about, cover up, protect yourself as well as others. Wash your hands when you're out and about. Use the disinfecting spray or the gel. Wash your hands. Repeat that process if you go to another store, and if not, you just, when you get home, get all your, whatever you got, bags and stuff in, take care of that, and then wash your hands again real good. Disinfect the inside of your car at least once a week with a Lysol wipe, something. Make sure you get all them nasty germs out of there. Don't talk with your mouth full unless it's another delicious dish just like this. And give us a like, share with your friends, subscribe if you haven't yet. And when you do, a little notification bell will pop down. You hit that. That'll notify you each and every time we come up with a new video. And also, there's an arrow down button right below the video. You hit that. Drop down box will come down and give you a complete description of what we did, the ingredients, how we cooked it. Give you a link to my Cook on Mr. Dan Facebook page, and also a link to my daughter's artwork site. So until next time, my friends, stay hungry, and when you are, come back. We'll give you another delicious dish just like this. This is Mr. Dan saying stay healthy, and we'll see you on next time. We're out.